Good evening and welcome to my special Facebook Live event. It's been a while since I've been here. I'm always excited to be here to be able to present some insight and information and help to those of you who follow me and those out on Facebook, always looking to better and create a more fulfilling life. That's my purpose in helping everybody. So tonight we're going to be talking about what it is to live a high vibrational life. And then once I'm done with that will just be a very short time, I'm going to make some spiritual connections for those of you who are here tonight who would like to speak to a deceased loved one. So I've got my assistant Eileen in the background, my wife, who's going to be helping me out tonight. Say hello, Eileen, even though nobody can hear you. Yes, she says hello and sends all her love with lots of hearts. So she's going to be monitoring the chat, so you can chat in a question at any time or a request, okay? So let's jump into that. What is a high vibrational life? If you are following any type of a metaphysical or new thought or new age journey, spiritual journey, I'm sure you've heard the concept of a high vibrational life, or that life is a vibration. Everything has a vibration because we're all energies. So what exactly does that mean? I mean, do we all sit there nervously and jitterily inside of us, shake like that? Is that the vibration we're talking about? Because certainly everything does have a vibration, but what is that vibration? Well, it's all about energy, and it's all about energy and movement, really, if we think about it, because all atoms and all particles, no matter how big, no matter how small they are in constant motion. Once this universe was created, everything was put in motion, and it maintains that motion. And there are so many different types of rhythms and frequencies and patterns to the motion, and that what derives all the different things on this planet and in the universe. For example, the chair that I'm sitting in right now, though it's billions of atomic particles and molecules inside here, they are vibrating and moving at a certain frequency to make it a chair and to make it solid. So there is constant movement even though something seems solid. It just is moving very rapidly. And so the same with the human body, but more important, the same with the spirit, because we are energy having a physical experience. So as energies, we then have a vibration. As a matter of fact, we look at the planet and everything on it and all the physical living things on the planet, including plants, including animals, including bugs, including fish. All of those have certain vibrational frequencies to them. Now, more so, the way to be able to judge the type of frequency it has is the level of creature or living thing that it is. For example, an ant is going to probably have a very low vibrational frequency compared to you or I, who have a very high vibrational frequency. So what adds to that vibrational frequency? Well, the more functions the living thing is capable of doing, the higher the vibration. Now, actually, an ant can have a higher vibration than a blade of grass, because a blade of grass only has basically a couple of functions, and we see it growing, right? So a grass doesn't reason, it doesn't think, it doesn't make choices, so it has a lower vibrational frequency, just the same as ants and insects. They have lower vibrational frequencies. Now, when you get into animals, the more intellectual or the higher the temperament of the animal, such as a dog, a cat, a gorilla, and even a mammal, a dolphin, a whale, they have more of a high vibrational frequency to them because of their functions and functionality and what they're able to do. So we, though, on this planet, and this is not an ego thing, this is a scientific thing, we have the highest vibration of all. of all living things here. As a matter of fact, we don't even need a body in order to have a high vibration. We are just using the body in order to function in this physical world. But our vibration goes much higher than that. Okay, so now what's the need to know that? Well, you actually can increase the level of your vibration. And how do you do that? You do that in all different ways. Now, it's been shown and proven that the more positive of thoughts and actions and choices you make, the higher the vibration of your existence. Well, how is that measured? How can we tell that? And what difference does it make? Well, if you think about it, we affect everything that is on this planet as well as affect each other. And so many times we'll be in a room or be at a party or be with a group of people, and we can tell energetically maybe someone who is not so cool or maybe a little bit negative, right? We go, ooh, I'm getting a real bad vibe. We even use terms like that, right? I get a bad vibe from that person. Or you give off such really good vibes. Well, those phrases and sayings come from exactly that inner knowing that we are vibrational. And the more positive, the more God qualities, shall we say, or higher spiritual qualities a person has, the higher their vibration. And why is that? This is where it all matters. This is why it's important for you to know what that means and why it's so important to live a high vibrational life, okay? Think of the universe and it's in perfect order in the way that it was created. It was created by a force. It was created by a higher frequency, a higher energy, God, Spirit, Yahweh, whatever you want to call it, it doesn't matter. It exists. And it exists at an extremely high level of vibration because all it does is feed goodness into the universe. Love, compassion, caring, kindness, equality, all of those, acceptance, all of those emotional things that we know are good human qualities, but they're also good spiritual qualities. Well, the universe is made of that, and it literally just floats around us. As a matter of fact, it floats around us so strong that it can be measured. And the United States right now has a satellite that circles the globe, and it measures all the positive energy that's being emitted from the earth itself. So even the earth has a vibration, and we feed into that. So the more your vibration matches universal vibration, the better your life, the more you wind up manifesting. There was a scientist who wanted to show the importance of vibration and the importance of the effect it has on us and also our environment. And that was Dr. Emoto. And you can go Google or go on YouTube and Google or search for Dr. Emoto's water experiments, and you are going to find the most fascinating thing. Dr. Emoto took just a regular jar of water and put it in a room encircled by people. And those people were throwing off all positive feelings and emotions and thoughts. They were complimenting each other. They were saying positive affirmations. All of that, feeling love, remembering, having some memories of the past that were wonderful and joyful and peaceful and calm. And then he took the water and he examined it under a very powerful microscope. And much to his surprise, as well as everyone else's surprise, the water molecules actually formed patterns. But the patterns were geometric, beautiful figures like snowflakes. You've seen a snowflake before. Well, that water actually took shape and took form based on the energy that was being fed around it. And so now he wanted to test this just the other way. So if positive emotions and feelings and thoughts can transform the structure of a molecule of water, what would the reverse do? So he took the same jar of water and he put it back in the room, but this time he had people in there feed it negative emotions, negative thoughts, criticisms, curses, anger, hatred, all of that. Then he took the water and he examined it. And exactly what he expected. The molecules now formed very random, sharp, ugly patterns, rigid and non-conforming and not beautiful at all. I mean, just think of all of this ice with points and rigidity and sharpness to it, and just break it apart. And that's exactly what the water did. It absorbed the energy and the vibration. The vibration. As a matter of fact, you can even test that in so many different ways. Just look up vibrations and sound and the effect it has on the environment and people. And now think if the emotions can affect a water molecule in just a jar of water, and what, 70 to 80% of the human body is made of water? Can you imagine the effect it has on us? Not just the water, but also all the other cells in our bodies. So living a high vibrational life now is about walking your talk and taking the steps necessary to become more positive, more loving, more peaceful, more calm. I actually wear a bracelet that reminds me love, peace, and harmony. And those are the greatest qualities of life, because that will assure you a high vibrational life, right? And being more positive. And so the outcome will be the higher the vibration you can live to, you are now matching higher vibration in the universe, and therefore be able to manifest and bring into your physical existence all you desire and want. That's how it really works. The higher the vibration you go, the higher the living and the quality of your life. That is a definite there. So how do you help live a high vibrational life? You do work. You do work, and I'm not just talking about a 9-to-5 job where you bring in a paycheck. You do other things. You read positive, spiritual, motivating, metaphysical information to help enlighten you and awaken what's already inside of you. You go to lectures, you watch movies that are inspiring and touching, and they don't all have to be the most meaningful ones. I mean, some of the greatest vibrations and mood that I can be put in is something that's so inspirational, and watching a story about somebody who's gone from nothing to something great and has impacted and helped others. That's the kind of thing that actually puts me in a great mood. But what puts me in a better mood is going around with others and joining others, such as at a spiritual center or a seminar, a lecture, a conference, a summit. When you're with a group of people and their vibrations are being raised, yours are being raised with them. There is nothing more powerful than being in a group of people, whether it be 5 people, 10 people, 20, 700, 1,500, the more the better. You not only feel your vibrations raising, you feel others raising as well. And together, you feel the oneness and the strength and the power of how we were created to start with, and why we were created to start with, and why we're here together. There is an incredible psalm, I believe it's Psalm 108 in the Bible, and it's about the last few words of the most important is God speaking and saying, I put you on the earth together to experience unity. Unity is the most incredible feeling. That's when we all come together and realize we're more similar than we are different. Oh yes, we come from different cultural backgrounds and different cities and states and countries. We have different color skin, different religious beliefs. It doesn't matter, different dialects. If you don't know my dialect by now, I'm not going to tell you. So all of this is a wonderful, beautiful variety and spice of life, right? However, it is not our differences that make us wonderful. It's our similarities. We're divine beings created from the same substance, the same source. We all love, we all feel hate, we all feel anger, we all feel sorrow. And in a physical world, if you cut us, we will all bleed. And it's the exact same color blood. So when you put that together in a group, the experience is beyond euphoric. It is the highest level of experience, of positive experience that you can have. And here's the proof of that on a very small level. When you see a movie by yourself, either at home or you go to the movies and you're excited and you go see a wonderful movie you've been looking forward to and you enjoy it. It's the most remarkable movie you've ever seen. What's the first thing you do? You go home, you call your friends, you call your family. Oh my gosh, you're not going to believe this movie I just saw. It's phenomenal. You've got to go see it. Oh yeah, I'll go see it. Well, let me come with you. I want to come with you and watch it again and be with you. Why do we do that? Why do we want to be with others when we've already experienced something ourselves and it was great? Why do we now want to experience the same thing with a group of other people? You know why? Because the experience is that much greater when you're experiencing it with a group of people. So now think of being with a group of people who are sitting there with incredible luminaries and speakers and inspirational people feeding you such incredible information, touching the very soul of each individual that is sitting there with you. Think of the experience that is when you're all together experiencing that joy, that euphoric feeling of evolving. That's what's a blessing in life, is knowing you're evolving. I've done such incredible events and been blessed to that when I've gotten off the stage and I've spoken with people, their greatest compliment to me is when they say, "You made me feel what God is. You made me feel love. You made me feel the greatest part of who I am." And that's such an incredible joy. And when you can share that with each other in a group of people, it's that much more joyous. So you want to be able to go and do these things. Go find a spiritual center near you. It's one of the reasons why it was said, where two or more gather, there shall I be. That is where we now pull the God source out of us, and in its sharing and working together, that we wind up even helping ourselves that much more. So find a place, find a book you enjoy reading, and not only read it with yourself, read it with somebody else. My wife and I have been doing this for over 36 years. We take classes together. And if we can't go together, one will come home with all the information and share it with the other and then discuss it. We watch movies together. We go to conferences together. It's incredible. We have a study group together. It's the thing that has kept us through 46 years of being together, constantly growing more and more in love every day, and being able to deal with the negatives that do come along with life, right? And so go do that. Find an audiobook. Find a deck of affirmation cards. Go to a conference. We just so happen to have an incredible conference that's coming up in September. It's actually called The Art of High Vibration Living. and of high vibration life, excuse me. And we have incredible luminaries that are going to be there. George Norrie, who is the host of Coast to Coast AM, which is one of the largest radio stations across the world and nation, and Suzanne Geisman and John Hollins, Suzanne Wilson, myself, I'm going to be there. Howard Martin, who started Heart Math, and so many others that are going to be feeding such a high vibration of inspiration, motivation, and information. You're not going to want to miss that. You can go to my website at vincentgenna.com in order to find the link and get the information, more information on it, and register and stuff like that. And come up to me and say hello. But get yourself going to these things. Do they cost some money? Well, you know what? You go to movies to enjoy for entertainment. You'll go to the beach for a week. You go on a cruise. You go on all these things. Do something for yourself that's going to raise that level of energy and inspiration inside of you, so you are living a more high vibrational life and feeling the rewards that come with that, and the manifesting, the joy, the health benefits. You're going to hear all about that too. The health benefits, the financial benefits. You're supposed to be living an abundant life, and living a high vibrational life can assure that. So I thank you for the time that you're listening to this. But I hope to see you somewhere, maybe at the Scottsdale, Soul Summit Scottsdale. Check that out on my website. Come and say hello, but whatever you do, keep journeying towards a high vibrational life. Now, thank you for that. Okay, Eileen, I am hoping that there's some people here online who would like to make some connections with some deceased loved ones. So please chat in and let me know, any one of you who would like to make a connection, or if you have a question, a psychic question, I can do that as well and answer you as well. What do we have? Who's out there, Eileen?
Okay, so Troy he's asking. He said he's been doing some ancestry work, and he's been doing it for his mom, and he wants to know if Sarah is.
Okay, so we got a Troy, and he's doing some ancestral work. Okay, right. Troy, welcome.
And he wants to know if Sarah is his mom's mom, and who is Antonio Dominique.
Antonio Dominique. He wants to know if Sarah is his grandmother, his mother's mother, and also who is Antonio Dominique? Interesting. Antonio Dominique, I'm definitely feeling as a distant relative. Not close, not necessarily a first or second cousin. More of a great ancestor or grandparent, a great aunt, possibly great aunt. So it's a couple of generations, okay? Sarah. Let me jump into that, Troy, and a Sarah. Tell me, does Mom have a middle name or a nickname in reference to Sarah? There is a link between Mom and Sarah, and I'm wondering, chat back into me real quick, whether there is a link, whether Mom possibly got a nickname, not a photograph. No, I'm not seeing a photo. I'm seeing something very distant. I'm feeling a very strong possibility that the answer to that question is yes. But I'm not seeing that Mom has made a mutual connection in her lifetime with Sarah as an adult. There's some kind of separation between the two of them. But I'm getting the answer as yes, Troy. Sarah is your mom's mom, your grandmother, your maternal grandmother. I hope that helps. If you have any questions with that, please chat them in quickly. Are you finding anything? Is he saying anything back?
You're really behind. Troy said adopted out. I don't know what that means.
I'm sure adopted. His mother was adopted out. Okay, that makes sense. And why there isn't a physical connection, why there wasn't an adult connection between Mom Sarah and your mother Troy. So yes, I'm feeling a yes to that. Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Troy. I hope that helps. Write me if you have any questions in regards to that. Okay. Go ahead, Eileen. Who's next?
Mary would like to connect with her husband, John.
Mary, you would like to connect with your husband, John. Is that correct, John?
Yes.
Okay, Mary. John, for Mary, do you have a message? Can you come in here, John? John is a jokester. John, I'm getting a male here. I don't know why he's looking plumpy to me. Big. He's not petite. He's not a petite person. And I'm getting some kind of a character over here from John, either a prankster or joked around with you a lot, used to kid around with you a lot, possibly because he's laughing and he's making those faces and he's saying, remember the jokes or remember the fun that we had. Remember that. Remember that. I remember that. At this point in your life, remember the good times. Mary, remember the joys. Remember the.
He is a character.
He is a character. I'm getting confirmed with that and validation. And he wants you to remember. And I don't know why he's doing this. And this could be something from his past. But he's doing if you remember a Groucho Marx used to take the cigar and wiggle it and talk like this and be funny and stuff like that. I'm for some reason I'm getting this joking character. Maybe it was a costume he wore at some time when you guys were younger and you went to a costume party. But he's being funny and he primarily wants you, Mary, to remember the good times and not be sad that he's gone. Feed your mind with the joys. Let the joys move you forward in your life rather than the sadness hold you back. We'll be together again. I watch over you and I see you all the time. And my love to the kids. Send them, yeah, that's what he's saying. I hope that helps, Mary. I hope you can accept that message, okay? Great. All right, Eileen.
Anita would like to connect with her brother-in-law, Harry.
Okay, Anita would like to connect with her brother-in-law. Are you saying Harry? Harry, okay.
She says his daughter is Angie, and she's a really good person, and she always loved Henry, so she wanted to see if she could connect with him.
Okay, so Harry has a daughter, and what's the daughter's name? Angie. Daughter Angie, and I'm sorry, this woman is who? Anita. Okay, so Harry, let's see if you can get a message to Anita. Okay, Angie and Anita. So Anita. I don't know if Angie played the piano or plays the piano or some musical instrument, but what I'm getting right now from a Harry is hearing his daughter play or wanting her to play or something to do with music. He's showing me a piano and he's showing me music, and I believe this is supposed to be Angie sitting behind it or strumming something. He's really faded over here, so I'm mainly off with the instrument or what the music actually means. But he's wanting his daughter to get music back into her life. And so if she possibly has stopped it or is not continuing it, doesn't get involved in it as much, Harry is saying, play more music. Play the music. He's singing up there while you're playing. So there's definitely something around music here. I hope that can help Angie, but just tell her that her father is very joyous with all that she does, all that she's doing. He's very happy to see what she's doing. Keep doing things. Keep fulfilling herself. Keep pursuing dreams is what he's saying. Please go after your life. Go after your life more. Okay, are we getting any response from anybody?
No, not from her.
Okay, it would be great if you can respond in, and Eileen will have to go through because there's so many people chatting in.
Well, and I lose connection from the beginning, so.
Yeah, so you'll have to re-chat in then
Yeah.
a response or an answer, because if you're familiar with Facebook, you may have chatted a question up here, but by the time we get to it, it's all the way down at the bottom now, and it's hard for Eileen to get to it all,
That's
okay?
okay. Let's go to the next one.
All right, the next one.
Paul wants to connect with his father, Joe.
Paul wants to connect with his father, Joe. Paul, I hope you're out there and still listening. Paul and your father, Joe. Oh, okay. I just got a slap in my chest. So something, Joe is going like this, Paul. So something involved his heartache, actual heart pain, heart issues. I'm not sure exactly what he completely means by that, but I know his heart is involved both emotionally and probably physically as well. And he's looking at you and saying, you're handsome, you're handsome. You get your looks after him. You're a good man.
He's saying yes.
Yes. So Paul is validating for everybody else out there that yes, I'm spot on with that. And
Yeah, he died of cardiac arrest.
he died of cardiac arrest. Okay, so I'm getting that. All right. And Paul, he's like, man, I love you so much. I love you so much. I wish I had shown you more. We can never do enough. I wish you loved yourself more and you knew how special you are. That when you come up here, you see everyone's light. And you've got such a big light and you do such good work for people. I don't know if you're in some kind of service providing for people or helping in some way, Paul, but Dad, Joe, is so proud of what you do. He says, you've got a big heart. Constantly feel it because that's what will make you stronger. I was weaker in the heart than you are. You are able to love more. He had some harsh background that was in him for a while and clogged his heart, which was the reason for the massive coronary. But he's saying, keep giving your love out, Paul. You're an incredible person, and he's so proud of you. I hope that helps, Paul. He loves you very much. He tries to help people, so Paul is validating that. Good for you. Good for you, man. Just keep going. He loves you very much. He's saying, and I don't know what this means, collect the pennies. So pennies are supposed to be meaningful, so maybe every cent, maybe there's a figurative message to that as well
pennies
as
from
a...
Heaven.
What?
Pennies from heaven.
Pennies from heaven. What about pennies from heaven?
That's just a saying when you find a penny.
When you find a penny, it's pennies from heaven. Okay, so I don't know if there's been around, you're around a lot of pennies, or you keep finding a lot of pennies. If you do, that's Dad making messages from heaven to you, Paul, okay? So I hope that helped you, buddy. You take care of yourself, and thank you for your question tonight.
Okay, Lynette wants to...
Lynette
to talk to her brother, Terry.
Lynette wants to talk to her brother, Terry. Terry. Understand something. One of the reasons why it happens pretty quickly under these conditions is because these spirits already know who's going to be asking questions and who's going to be here way ahead of time, because the past, present, and the future are all happening at the same time. So literally they wind up being here before anybody else. Wow, Lynette and her brother Terry. I'm seeing a full head of hair when this guy was younger. I'm actually envious of it, but it's pretty full and wavy. And I guess it's dark, or it's shadow dark. But he had fun with it when he was in school, maybe high school or something like that. He's showing me. and he's showing me this hair, and he's I don't know if he's teasing you now, Lynette, and he's making fun of your hair, which I find really interesting. I don't know if you were joking about his hair and he laughed because you wanted his hair and you didn't, because he really had the perfect hair for a woman, for a girl, because you could do so much with it. And he's pointing out that you didn't have that. He's trying to give me a piece of evidence for you to make you laugh. I hope that evokes a memory for you with the hair, which is funny. This guy, and he's like banging his head to the beat here, to the beat. He's showing me. And he's going, dance, dance, dance. And I don't know if this guy was really, had any rhythm in him, quite honestly, Lynette. Because I'm seeing these moves, and he almost looks like one of those guys who's trying to fake it on the dance floor or something. And he's not, and maybe as a kid, the kids, you always see these videos on Facebook of these kids doing dancing all over the place, and they're toddlers, or 4 or 5 or 6. Well, that's what he's showing me right now, is that crazy moving around for this guy. Could have been also very hyper, which is another message he's giving me. And he's saying, Lynette, you need a new job. Okay. So that may be something you already know, because usually spirits don't give me messages that you're not completely aware of, or that you haven't at least had an inspiration for. So there's something about work. He wants you to relieve the stress. He says you deserve more. Go after your life more. Go after something better. You're bigger and better than the work you're doing right now, if you're doing anything. So he wants more. He's saying, go, more, more, more. Is Lynette responding at all, hon?
Well, she's behind, but she confirmed the dark and nice hair, and the fact that he really liked music, but he couldn't dance. But,
so Lynette is confirming all of that.
Yes, ADHD, new job, potential coming, and then hearts.
Okay, so I got everything, okay? So he had dark hair, it was really nice. He loved music, which is what I was getting, but he couldn't dance, which is what I was getting. Lynette is going after or having a new job that's coming up real soon. So Brother Terry is validating all of that and wants you to know he's watching that and sees that, and go after your life, Lynette. You're wonderful. He loves you very much, and he's sorry he didn't stay on the earth longer. Too many things from the past that caught up with him as an adult. So he's sad. Or when he got older, as he was growing up, some of those hurts and pains maybe caught up with him, and he couldn't heal them in some way. And he's saying, well, she was stronger anyway. So Lynette, he's saying that you're stronger than he ever was. So I hope that helps you in some way, Lynette, and thank you very much for chatting in. All right, Eileen, who else?
By the way, he was 21.
What?
He was 21.
Oh, he was, so apparently Terry was only 21 years old. And so, yeah, and definitely a lot of emotions came crashing down on him, without a doubt. Okay?
She thanks you. Teresa would like to speak to her father, Earl.
Teresa would like to speak to her father, Earl. Is this?
And Teresa also wants to know about if he supports her on her mediumship.
So
I guess
Teresa is becoming, or is a medium. I'm actually sensing that you've been a medium and a psychic for a long time now. You've kind of been hiding it in the closet somehow. Let me get Dad, Earl. Earl, you want to come and join us? And all right. So this is what I'm getting, Teresa. Okay. So a man just appeared, and he's like this, and he's very serious, and he's also appearing, I would say, in his 50s somewhere. He kind of is liking that age, not necessarily the age of his death. So he's sitting here like this. And the only thing he's saying, are you ready, Teresa? It's about time. I hope you know what that means. It's about time. So apparently, somewhere, somehow, he's known, or he is saying, you're finally going after things you should be going after, that your gifts, your abilities, your talents, your desires, your dreams, he's saying all of that. I didn't promote that. So I'm not getting a very emotional man here, but I'm getting a very proud man. He's very proud of you, Teresa, even though he may not have instilled that belief in you when you were growing up. But he's saying he knew you were different. You were always different. You stood out from the rest of the family. You always did. And he's glad you did. He's glad you were different than everybody else. And he says everybody else was kind of messed up. And you always had a heart. And I'm glad you're going after your heart. Does that make sense, Teresa? Can you validate that I'm on track here with this gentleman? Because he's...
She said, I took a class with you and have been working on development for a while. I don't discuss this with many people.
Oh, that's funny. Teresa, you took a class with me. I've got a lot of Terrys and Teresas and stuff, so sorry I don't remember you. But do you understand the message that you're getting from Dad? Okay. You don't discuss this with... No wonder why he's like this. Well, it's about time. Apparently, he wants you to do more with it.
Yes, it all makes sense.
It all makes sense. Teresa is saying that everything that I just said makes sense. So, Teresa, then it's time for you, and you got to get out of the box that you're keeping yourself in at this point and believe in yourself more. Your intention is good. It's pure. You're not trying to be a phony. You're not trying to fake people out. The mere fact alone that you don't share this quite easily means you care, okay? One of the greatest prophets that I gained incredible foundation from when this all happened to me was the works of Edgar Cayce. And Edgar Cayce was the sleeping prophet. And he was born in the 1800s and did a lot of work in the 19th century. Right, Eileen, 19th century? Yes.
No, he was in the
18th
20th century.
The what? And came into the 20th century. But the one thing is, when he was doing this work, and it was the most important thing that he said, he was very Christian. He was a Baptist. He used to read the Bible once for every birthday that he had. And he used to go to his mom and say, Mom, I'm so worried that I may use this ability wrong, or I may hurt people with it, or people will misunderstand it. What do I do with that? And his mother used to say to him, well, you know what? That just goes to show that you're going to do it the right way because you care and you have doubt. And it's okay to have doubt because that doubt keeps you in check. So it's okay, Teresa, to be concerned about the work that you do and the way people are going to take it, but don't let the concern stop you. Even Jesus, before he did his mission, walked in the desert for 40 days and 40 nights. And it wasn't the devil that came and tempted him and was trying to stop him from doing his work. It was his own inner demons and devil, his own fears of knowing what was about to transpire and the work he was going to be doing and the power he was going to be getting from that work. And he became very worried about that, worried that it might change him, worried that he might misuse his power, that his power would overtake him in some way. And so you're amongst the others that are worried. I, every day, have fears and always keep myself in check, so never to hurt anybody. But you can't let it stop you, and Dad is saying go after it now and keep going.
Oh, very interesting. So there's another Teresa on.
All right, there's another Teresa on.
And she just said that her father died at age 52, and when she got on just now, and you said, Teresa, about her dad standing there with his arms crossed, she said it sounded like her father.
Well, you know what's really what's really interesting. There's another Teresa who says the person I just made communication with sounded exactly like her father too, including the arms folded, including the attitude, and including 52 years old. The difference is the second Teresa, this gentleman that I'm speaking with right now, he did not die at 52 years old. He died later than that. But let me grab your father and see if he would join us as well, Teresa too. Okay. No, this gentleman now with his arms folded is definitely different. The first gentleman with his arms folded was being a little bit more sarcastic. You know, this gentleman with his arms folded is being a little bit more stern. And I'm getting a stern father here versus a sarcastic father, if you know what I mean. And this father here, the second father, Teresa, this other gentleman, and I don't know his name. If you can write in his name, that would be great. He had some type of mark on his arm that he's showing me to make him stand out differently. I don't know if it's a tattoo, maybe a military tattoo or some other tattoo or a scar. But it's definitely some kind of a mark on his arm that he's pointing out. And he's pointing out that maybe you have something similar, or do you have a tattoo as well from your past? So you can respond in with that. But he's saying, when are you moving? Now, Teresa too, I'm not sure if that was a plan of yours, but this gentleman who's saying he's your father is saying that there's something about you moving or needing to move or relocate. I don't think you just moved is what he's commenting. He's saying if you did just move, you need to move again. So he's telling me you need to move. So please comment in.
All right, his name was Michael.
His name was Michael. Go ahead. Is she saying anything else about him? Did she say anything about me being accurate with his...
No, well, it's a delay. So
there's the little delay. His name is Michael. So we got a delay going on here, everybody. So I just want to see, yes, we still have some time. So definitely, Teresa, too, please write in and let me know if you're in the process of moving or were thinking about moving or need to move in some way, because he seemed pretty strong about that. He seems pretty strong about everything and very cut and dry, which is why I get a difference in an attitude with the arm folding from him.
Well, the other Teresa said you were spot on.
Oh, okay. So Teresa 1 told me that I was spot on about everything just now. So I'm glad to hear that, Teresa 1. So Teresa 2, you keep commenting in. But this dad is saying, yeah, inner demons for sure affected him and his health. Understand, and this is the hardest for everybody to understand, we manifest our complete existence here. We are not victims. We're not victims to other people and their choices. We are not victims to our own health. We're only victims to ourselves and our thinking, because it's our thinking process that affects our beliefs, and it's our beliefs and our emotions that affect our health. Yes, we can create our own illnesses, our own diseases, our own traumas, our own accidents, all of that. This is not a random universe. Everything is in perfect order. And the higher the vibrational life you live, the less you experience the trauma and drama of life. Remember that. Eliminate the trauma and drama of life by raising your frequency and vibration. Okay? Remember that. Any comments from Teresa?
Yeah, she said she's moving in life, not from home.
She's moving in life and not from home. Okay, all right, if that makes sense to you, Dad, is that what you're referring to? Well, he's saying then if you're moving in life, you need to take bigger steps. So I don't know if you're with someone that you're supposed to be away from, but Dad is promoting and trying to inspire you to take big leaps now and no longer baby steps. Take some big leaps, make strong choices, continue to make strong choices. I care about you, baby. He's saying, baby. I care about you. And I'm not there to tell you, but know that I do. Know that I do, and keep going. You're taking the right steps. Just make them bigger and quicker. I hope that helps, Teresa, too. Okay, hon. Anybody else? We've got a few more minutes.
This is just a psychic. Courtney would like to know about her healing practice.
Courtney would like to know about her healing practice.
Let's see if I can find the actual. Love to know what you're feeling around my new healing practice as next steps for me to succeed. And she said if her Nana is around, she may have an opinion on it if she's here.
Okay, so Courtney would like to know about her healing practice, if it's going to succeed, and also if her Nana is around and what her Nana thinks about the healing practice. Okay, so I'm getting a little cheerleader over here, Courtney. So I've got Nana is like this woman. She's like so excited and she's holding it in, and all she keeps saying is, "Go girl, go! Go girl, go!" So I don't know if Nana was your cheerleader in life when you were a child and growing up, but she certainly is your cheerleader right now in afterlife. And she's like, yes, and do more, and be independent, and yet it's okay to depend on others too, and get help. Expand your practice. Get some other work with some other people too. This is Nana, who's exciting me right now.
Okay, she said she never knew her dad. She died before she was born.
Oh, so what Courtney is saying is that she really never met Nana, that she died before Courtney was born. But what did her parents say about Nana? What did her father say about Nana and her energy? Because she's this, like I said, she's this very excited woman right now because of what you're doing. And she says, I've always known you. Oh, so obviously Nana has been around you for a very long time, because she's arguing with the fact you may not have known her, she knows you. And she says you have her gumption. Okay, I hope that's a good thing, to have her gumption.
She said she was on the maternal side and she was a small Spitfire.
She was a small Spitfire?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm accurate in describing her then. According to Courtney, she's the maternal grandmother, and she was a Spitfire.
And Courtney considers her guardian angel.
And Courtney always considers her guardian angel, so there you go. So Courtney, you're not crazy. She is, okay? So know it. Isn't that incredible to get a validation like that? This goes for everybody, not just Courtney out there. When you know somebody has been around you, or you feel that, or you're going after something in life and you just feel that you're being supported on the other side. And then somebody like me, out of the clear blue, who doesn't know you, turns around and validates that for you, and turns around and says, yes, Nana's been watching over you forever. You don't know me, but I know you. I've known you all your life. So there you go, Courtney. Pay attention to your own intuition, because obviously it's pretty strong, it's pretty accurate, and you're an incredible healer. And by the way, use counseling in words, not just hands. This is advice that I'm getting from all your guides, and from God Source as well, Spirit. Don't be afraid to touch people. Don't worry about the rules. Break the rules and go where your heart takes you. Use your intuitive psychic ability, and also be able to communicate yourself with guides for people, especially the people that you're working with and healing. Keep thinking of the practice growing, rather than it just being you. Create a center. Whatever, bring people in, other practitioners, Courtney, because that's what you're meant to do. I'm wishing you all the best. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. And we still have some time. Who else is out there, Eileen? We got some great people watching.
There's so many.
So many people.
Elizabeth lost her mom when she was a child, and she just
Ooh.
wants to know if she's here.
Okay, Elizabeth lost her mom when she was a child. I'm going to come to that, Elizabeth. I just want to let everybody know, I know there's a ton of you out there, but I also do a Unity online radio show for Unity, which is a spiritual center, okay, a very famous spiritual center like Center for Spiritual Living. Well, they have a broadcast station, and my show is on every Wednesday at noon Eastern Time. Come and listen and call in. If you call in, I will give you readings and I will make connections for you no matter what my topic is, okay? So remember that. UnityOnlineRadio.org, and I'm Vincent Genna, and just go to 12 p.m.
Yeah, okay.
Eastern Time, okay?
On Wednesday.
I'm sorry?
Wednesday.
On Wednesday, that's what I said.
Okay.
On Wednesdays. And I'm sorry, let's go back. What's the person's name?
Elizabeth.
Elizabeth. Okay, Elizabeth, let's see. Mom, you were very young. You were a baby. Yes, Mom. Oh my gosh. Well, she's presenting herself as quite beautiful and young. She's in her she looks like she's got that mature look. You know, some of the old-fashioned pictures and senior pictures, senior high school pictures of some people back in the 40s and the 50s and the 60s. They always looked older than what they really were. So I'm seeing a picture of Mom right now with some full hair, quite attractive and young when I'm seeing this, and probably in her late 20s, possibly early 30s. I'm hoping I'm not insulting her. No, she's saying, no, you can't insult me. Good, thank you. And so Elizabeth, she's been following you and all your choices. And do you have children? She's saying grandchildren. I'm hoping she's referring to you since you're with me right now. So she's been around. And she says, okay, all right, so it's been hard for you. It's been hard for you to go through life without a mother, without your biological mother, is what she's saying. Apparently there may be some other women that have been in your life that have acted as such. Maybe Dad remarried. I'm not sure who the stepmother or another mother figure is what she's saying. But she wishes that she could have stayed, and her life got definitely caught up with her. And I'm hearing a grandmother figure, her mother, commenting on the fact, or a message from her mother commenting on the fact that your mother's life was hard as a child, and things that she never was able to let go of or completely heal. And you took on some certain unconscious guilt or blame. Children blame themselves for everything. And unfortunately, even with the death of a parent, a child wants to know why. And the only answer that the human mind, undeveloped human mind, can come up with is it must have something to do with me. We're very egocentric in our youth. And it's not until, of course, we get older that we realize that we have nothing to do with things. But it doesn't matter, because within us is still that scar and that thought and that idea that somewhere, somehow, maybe it was my fault, maybe I shouldn't have been here, maybe Mom would have been around. There's all these different scenarios we come up with unconsciously. Remember that, it's unconscious, it's not always conscious. 95 to 98% of the human mind is an unconscious awareness. So, Annette, right? Elizabeth, I'm sorry. Yeah, okay, getting confused with the names only because there's been so many. So just know, I've got the right spirit here, that Mom watches over you closely. I watch everything you do, and you give me such joy. Yes, I know she's talking about maybe some choices that she wasn't so necessarily happy about. That could be relationship issues maybe, or some other problems that you may have had. But she's saying it doesn't matter. She's in a place now where she can completely, unconditionally love you and watch over you. So, Elizabeth, she wants you to know that. And just know that we're never alone. And those that we love that may not be here physically are always around us. And if we just open our hearts, if we live a higher vibrational life, we can even feel them because they're in a higher vibrational realm. And so every time we feel down and out and depressed and negative and frustrated and angry and tired and resentful, all of those emotions bring our vibrational level down and keeps us from experiencing the greatness, the magnificence, the joy, the magic, the spiritualness of life. And you're more than just a physical being. You're an unlimited, incredible, divine being. Learn how to learn that and awaken that within you. Go travel that journey. Join me or any other luminary that helps to get you there. Find somebody who will believe in you as I have found, and believe in yourself, and you will raise your level of experience and joy and euphoria and bliss. Live a blissful life. I want to thank you all for joining me this evening. Come to my website at vincentgenna.com, GENNA.com, to see all the events that I'm doing. Come out to Soul Summit Scottsdale and come and say hello. I'm doing a couple of wonderful workshops there that'll be so much fun. Listen to me on my Unity radio show. Call in with requests and questions. And God bless you all. And thank you for
keep checking back on your website for more events. Somebody asked about a local event.
Oh yeah, keep checking back on my website. I keep adding events. I've got so many of them. It takes me a while to get them added onto my website and get the help to add them onto my website. So keep returning to my website so that you can see the different events that I'm doing and the updates that I have to them. And if you sign up on my email list, you'll definitely get some information and updates. I'm even doing a cruise. So go check that all out. Hopefully I'll see you in Scottsdale. Everybody have a blessed life and go live a high vibrational life. Good night, everybody.